Hey, how you doing today? I have another delicious Filipino dessert, and it is called Bibingka Malakgit. So that basically translates to a dessert that is sticky rice, and it is so yummy. I always get requests for it, so I decided to make it today and videotape it. So everybody's bibingka is different, so this is just a version of mine. And I'm going to try to break it down to make it easy for you. And I'll also be putting the recipe instructions on the drop down menu. So the first item is 11 cups of long grain sweet rice. So I found this sweet rice about 10 years ago when I started making it. And this is Asian taste, my Asian taste. And it is long grain sweet rice, and I don't use any other sweet rice for my sticky rice desserts. So I use the same rice when I make mango and sticky rice. I just don't want to try any other ones because I really like this brand. And this is a 5-pound bag, so we're going to be using this whole bag, and it's about 11 cups. And so I think this whole bag will pretty much fit 1/2 tray. But today I'm going to be making them into Bibingka-ettes. So I'm going to be using these little trays, these cooking trays instead, so that they can be passed out easier. So 11 cups of long grain sweet rice. So basically this 5-pound bag, okay? So 5 cans of coconut milk. This is another particular secret to this bibingka that I make, and this is the coconut milk brand, CHAOKOH coconut milk, and this is a product of Thailand, and I have been using this one for a very long time. I won't use any other coconut milk. This is my favorite coconut milk. It's actually creamier than any other coconut milk, and it is very consistent, and I won't touch any other coconut milk, okay? So 5 cans of those. So this is a little bit tricky. This is 3/4 cup sugar, but you have to do 5 of them, okay? So I didn't really feel like doing the math. All I know is for this recipe, you have to do 3/4 cup sugar 5 times, okay? So the next one is, and when I say that, 3/4 cup brown sugar, it has to be CNH. So I've messed up a couple of times, and I found out it was the sugar I was using, the brown sugar, because the sugar I was using had cornstarch in it. So CNH is always pure cane sugar. There's no cornstarch. So this one, I have the dark brown sugar, but you could also use golden brown or light brown sugar. So 3/4 cup brown sugar 5 times, CNH brand only, okay? 5 teaspoons vanilla. So this is my house vanilla, pure vanilla from Costco. I never use imitation vanilla. It might change the taste. So pure vanilla, okay? So 12 inches of banana leaf. So this is another very particular product to the Philippines, and this is the banana leaf. So my son already washed and dried it up for me for the video. Let me see if I could get the package. So it came in a package like this, frozen banana leaves, and it looks like it's the Flying Horse brand. I've seen this brand plenty in other stuff, so I pretty much trust this brand. It's distributed by Walong Marketing in Buena Park. Okay, so it's another product of Thailand. It's a very tropical island, and so they get a lot of these from their coconuts, and their coconut leaves are, all right, banana leaves. Okay, all right, so we talked about that. 11 cups of long grain sweet rice, 5 cans of coconut milk, 3/4 cup 5 times brown sugar, CNH brand only, 5 teaspoons of vanilla, about 12 inches of washed and dried banana leaves, And I also like to, it's kind of new, it's a kind of a level up of any bibingka I've ever seen in the stores. I also like to put hollow toppings on my bibingka. So I just took some out. Here is some jackfruit. Here is my sweetened red bean. Here is my stalk of purple yam. And here is my makapuno sport strings. Okay, if you want a closer look at it, it's Pamana makapuno sport strings. And this is sweet red bean. This is lonka or jackfruit. And this is purple yam jam from Pamana again. So those are some toppings. So I basically will do some bibingka-ettes with or without hollow toppings just to give it a variety. So done with the ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my little cooking pans, line them up, okay, and then I'm going to take my banana leaf and just kind of cut out pieces that fit the bottom. So I just cut out a few here, kind of fit at the bottom there. And of course, if I was doing a big half tray, then of course the banana leaf pieces would be much bigger to fit the bottom. Okay. And using banana leaf in the Filipino cooking is very common. Don't be alarmed. All right, so here you go. I have lined 3 of them with banana leaves. Okay, I could also line the sides too, but I notice sometimes when I'm cooking and I line the sides, the leaves tend to burn. So I'm just gonna make it easy on myself today and just kind of line the bottoms. It'll still give the kind of flavoring from the banana leaf that I want, okay? And then the next step is, remember we talked about the 11 cups of sticky rice. So of course I have to cook that ahead of time because it's quite a lot of rice, quite a lot of cups of sticky rice that I have to cook. And what I've noticed through the years, as this rice and this amount of rice does not do well in a rice cooker, so I have to get my biggest pot here and cook it the old-fashioned way. So here it is. This is 11 cups of sticky rice. Now this will not yield, if per cup 11 cups that is usable, it'll probably yield about 10 cups that is usable, because what happens is, of course, when you cook it in this kind of pot, you lose some of the sides that get all crispy, and I'll show you later on. So what I do is I take my ladle, okay, take out some of the sticky rice, and this stuff is super sticky if you could see it, okay, and just put it straight into the tray here. All right. Okay, so here's another close-up of that really sticky rice. Okay, so I'm trying not to get the edges where it's really kind of crispy, because it doesn't do well for this bibingka. We want it soft and chewy. So I'm just going to try to stay on the inside of the pot. So we have to leave just a little bit room at the top, because we have to pour the coconut syrup on the top. So what I'm going to do, this is another important part in this kind of bibingka, you have to smash the rice really good into the pot, so that when you pour the coconut over the top, it doesn't seep too much on the sides, and then you lose all your coconut syrup into the sides. So I'll just go ahead and do it here in front of you. Alright, so I have to get another kind of instrument. So let's just see what works here. It doesn't stick too much. Okay, so this one's working out okay. Sometimes you just got to get the right instrument to help push that rice in, and it looks like something that's made out of a good plastic that is hard, won't stick. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to make 3 to show you, and then I'm going to finish the rest when I turn the video off while I have them cooking. Okay, so here you go. We have 3 very pushed in sticky rice in 3 containers. Okay, so the next thing is, now remember we talked about those 5 cans of coconut milk. So that right there is the 2 ingredients: the sticky rice that was cooked on the stove, and then the 12 inches of banana leaf cut up. So the next ingredients was that 5 cans of coconut milk, the 3/4 cup brown sugar and 5 thymes, and 5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So this is what it is here. So before I started the video, I cooked all that. Ooh, fun for me. Anyways, so I have this 14-inch skillet that I cooked it all, and I had to cook it about 30 minutes for it to reduce. So when I say reduce, I mean that it basically dehydrates it, because we don't want this too watery. We want it kind of thick. So when I'm looking at it now and what it first started out, it looks like the liquid was dehydrated to about half. Okay, so let me show you a close-up of those ingredients. That was 5 cans of coconut milk, 3/4 cup brown sugar, 5 thymes, and 5 teaspoons of vanilla. So this is what it turns out to look like, and I don't know if I could get a good picture to you, but that's what it looks like. Okay, so let me see if I can get even better close up to you, because this part is so important. This is what makes bibingka. There you go. So you could see the rich color of the brown there. And no, this is not a diet food for sure. You will have to break your diet this day, okay? Lots of carbs for sure. But it's almost like a national dessert of the Philippines, this bibingka. So you don't want to miss out on it when it's served, okay? So the next thing, so you got a good picture of the reduced coconut milk. And the very next thing to do, it's going to be fun, is just to go ahead and pour it right over the top of our bibingkaets here. That's all you have to do, okay? So I'm going to get me probably, let's see. Oh, I have my ice cream scoop here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and scoop the sauce into the bibingkaets. So if you could see, it's not seeping down the sides, and that's what I wanted. And I had to learn the hard way, because there were several times that I didn't push the rice in hard enough, and it would just seep down the sides, and I would lose everything off the top, so I would have a ruined bibingka. So I am telling you all the secrets right here. And also too, when I had used a brown sugar brand from another maker, and then I kept wondering what was wrong with my formula, I finally looked at the actual brand, and it said like 1/4 of it looked like it was made from cornstarch, and it just totally ruined my bibingka. Okay, so here you go. You can totally see my 3 bibingkas. So all I have to do from here is put them in the oven, and I would say about 45 more minutes just to set the bibingka in, and it's done. So I'll see you in 45 minutes. What I'll do when I come back is I will show you some of them that I put halo ingredients on top. Okay, I'll see you soon. So that was about 45 minutes in the oven at about 350, and they did not burn. They actually superset in the baking pans, and that's what I wanted to do. So they look good. They turned out that the way I expected them to do when I had previously cooked it. So it made about 11 of these little baskets. So 11 of these. So if you were to do a party tray, the one half tray, the one I showed you earlier. Let's see if I could get it. I think you'll be in good shape. I think you will get what you need to bring to the party, and probably just maybe 1 or 2 leftovers that you can put in one of these to save for later or pass out individually into one of these. So that is a great recipe dessert that you can bring to your Filipino parties or anywhere that you want to bring, and people will love it, especially the people that love coconut. So what I've been told is it is sweet on the top for sure and very, very chewy on the bottom. So it's not like a super duper sweet dessert. It's just a good balance of the rice and the sweet coconut brown sugar topping. So all I have to do now is pretty much choose which ones I want to add the halo toppings to level it up to something else. So it's a halo Bibingka. All right, so I'm gonna start maybe this one right in front of you right here. So what I have here is my makapuno strings. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some strings on top. And there's probably some friends who wouldn't know what this stuff was. So I'll save the ones that I know what halo is, so that they won't be scared to eat it. So that is makapuno strings. The next thing I'm going to do is add some red beans, and that's definitely a favorite in the halo mix. That's usually in a icy milk dessert. Okay. All right. So the next one I'm going to add is maybe a few of these ube jams that I kind of shaped into balls here. So I'm just going to put that here. And then the next thing I'm going to add, and the last thing I'm going to add, is some jackfruit. And this is what it is. It's a close-up of it. Okay. And it has a very particular smell. So I'm just going to add a little bit here and a little bit there. And this is definitely a halo ingredient favorite. All right, so here you go. Let me bring a close up to you. Okay, and there you go. There is the Bibingka with halo. And then here is a close up of the Bibingka with no halo. All right. So I would say that this is a relatively easy dessert with easy ingredients, but it just needs some time and patience and some of those secrets that I told you about, like making sure that the rice is packed tight, making sure you only buy C&H sugar, not a other brand. And one part I did want to show you, I did mention that yes, cook the whole bag if it's a 5-pound bag, and that's about 11 cups, because what happens is that when you cook the rice in the big pot, you lose about a cup or so, or even more. So this, just round a little bit here. My mom would love this part right here. And this crunchy part cannot go in the bibingka. It'll ruin the bibingka. So basically, I could save this if my mom was coming over. But maybe the kids will pick at it a little bit. But this part you can't use in the bibingka. That's the bottom of the rice pot. That's what I'm saying. Just, you know, yes, if you were going to do 10 cups and this doesn't happen, then just do 10 cups. But I already know by cooking this stuff over and over again, there's going to be a little bit of wasted rice. All right. So let's go over the ingredients and then I'll let you go. 11 cups long grain sweet rice, 5 cans of coconut milk. And remember about that coconut milk is a particular one. That's the only one I use, and I have great success with that. And then 3/4 cup brown sugar, could be light or dark brown sugar, and you do that 5 times. So 3/4 cup 5 times. You could do the math, but I'll get confused, so I just do 3/4 cup and I do it 5 times. And then 5 teaspoons of vanilla, about 12 inches of cleaned and dry banana leaf, and of course your hollow toppings that I showed. So I'm just gonna let you go, and I'm gonna finish these up. I have some people calling asking for it, so I'll let you go. Thank you for listening. Let me know if you try it and how it turned out for you. Take care.